He's certainly playing at a speed that shows he doesn't seem to be worried.
He saw the two of clubs, and he would have looked at the CC, and maybe they play fourth best, and then there's no need to be worried.
The only worry would be if North, let's say, a tricky two of clubs from 10-8 fifth, and now if he were to win the jack of clubs return, knock out another diamond. Okay, well now he's 100% safe because when he crosses and knocks out the diamond, there's only two clubs left, and since he has 9 and 1, there's no layout where the defense can cash two club tricks. So not a good match point result for East-West, but plus 400 is fine at imps. Same result available in 5 diamonds.
Can you tell us a little about North-South, Larry? I know a little. Do you know more?
Sure. Actually, of all these players, the one I know best is Madala. I'll tell you why later if we get a chance. Bathurst and Lowell, both U.S. professionals. They've been partners for quite a while. They've had a lot of success, especially in the team trials in U.S., the trials for the World Championships. They've done extremely well. I know Lowell a lot better. Well, if we get a chance, I'll talk a little bit about Justin. His father, of course, is Iman Lowell, very good player also. So if we get a little chance, I'll tell you a little more about Justin Lowell. Okay, another hand where East-West have all the cards. Certainly no slam. They're off 2 aces. So you would think 3-no trump by East. The only danger to that contract would be if a spade lead comes through the king, like a heart to the ace and a spade through. But with South having both aces, 3-no trump by East is very easy.
Yes, they have to avoid 5 clubs, of course.
Right. Well, now that they're in a game force, West can bid 3 clubs, and East, you would think, is going to just bid 3-no trump with both major suit kings here. And that should be that. This is East's decision here. It's a variation on one of Bob Hammond's many rules. He actually told this to me personally at the table once. He said that when there are unbid suits where you're worried about stoppers, like here, East-West obviously have diamonds and clubs. If there's an unbid suit or 2 unbid suits, and you have a protected king, and 3-no trump even comes to your mind, then that's the bid you should make. Reject all other bids. Bid 3-no trump when you have guarded kings. It's sort of an extension of Hammond's rule, which is basically, when in doubt, bid 3-no trump. I don't think really East has any doubt here. He bid diamonds twice, and he's got a no trump hand and stopper, so I would think 3-no trump's pretty clear.
Mm-hmm. Do the same with the ace of hearts or ace of spades instead of one of the kings, would he not? And then they might have the slam on, and that's what Madala is thinking about.
So, will the 4-0 club break cause any trouble here? Not really, because a careful declarer will lay down the ace of clubs early in time to discover that he will need to overtake the second diamond And with diamonds breaking, then he can run the diamonds and then take the marked club finesse as well. It would
Yes.
be careless. Yeah, it would be careless to play the diamonds before laying down a high club.
He has 12 tricks, right? Sorry, he has 13 tricks if they don't cash their two aces. He will take 7 clubs and 6 diamonds.
If Baldala passes, it's far from clear what the lead on this auction. Not a fun opening lead problem. I think I would choose a sexy queen of spades, expecting the king on my right, but hoping to set up maybe partners 5 to the jack. So I think I like the queen of spades lead. I'm not trying to be fancy. I just think it's the best chance to set the contract. Maybe the ace of spades and take a look at dummy and have the chance to switch to hearts.
Now, if Madala bids 4 clubs, then East can still sign off in 4-no. That would not be keycard ask, and Larry will tell you why.
Well, it's a matter of partnership agreement, but certainly when you've already bid 3-no, you have to be allowed to sign off in 4-no. Most expert pairs would use 1 over as key card. So if it went 4 clubs, probably that would establish clubs, and 4 diamonds would be a key card ask, and 4-no trump would be a sign off. I do wonder though, over 4 clubs, maybe East would ask key cards, because if West had one more ace over there, slam would be good, and East could still sign off after a key card ask. 4 diamonds asks, 4 hearts, 4 spades. 5 clubs would be the answer. So they are in a little danger. Like you said, Roland, 5 clubs with a spade lead is no good.
But is it good without a spade lead, I wonder? Because now all of a sudden you cannot afford to overtake the diamonds. Do you see the problem?
I would think a heart lead's more normal because you have Jack 10-5. That's more attractive than 6 to the jack. So Jack of hearts, low, queen, ace of clubs, king of diamonds, queen of diamonds. Yeah, well, you can certainly get home, but it's far from clear how to play at 5 clubs. Yeah, in fact, it would be very interesting. All right, we won't get to see it, but 5 clubs could be a very interesting hand to play. All right, let's see what Bathurst leads here. I'm thinking ace of spades or queen of spades are my 2 guesses.
I'm with you. But he may not cash his other ace. Declara could have a stiff club, right? So he knows clubs are not running if Declara has a stiff club. He's not going to take a first round finesse. If he finds the ace of spades, I don't think he'll take the ace of hearts next.
No, because like you said, he won't know Declara's about to pick up the club suit. He might place Declara with only 1 club and he'll be more interested in setting up tricks for the defense, although he probably thinks diamonds are running. An interesting part of the game that my students often have trouble understanding is, are you allowed to take advantage of a huddle? And Bathurst knows and is entitled to know that Madala thought over 3-no trump. He's entitled to know that dummy is not going to be some flat 14 count. He knows dummy was thinking of slam. He's entitled to that information. Okay, so just as we predicted, Roland, Bathurst didn't realize that he had a cash out. And this is imps. He's trying to set it. So that's why he continued spades. At match points, maybe he considers cashing out. Okay, so this deal's about over. Declare will now claim. There's no need to play any more cards out.
Hmm.
Well, the only thing here is North-South have to stop on a hard part score. Certainly, all the pairs we watch these days try aggressively for game, but there's just nothing here with the North-South cards that indicate pushing for a game.
Right. I was going to ask you before I saw one diamond whether North South play a precision, and it looks like they do when South opens one diamond.
Yeah, I think they play what this version of Meckwell Light. I'm not quite sure. We'll see as it evolves. Okay, notice West delayed takeout double. Not classic shape, not perfect. This would tend to show more like, well, let's put it this way. It's not the perfect shape for it. Wow, that's surprising. Lowell sold out. It's two spades very quickly. Does that surprise you a little bit, Roland, that Lowell would sell out to two spades when his side's got most of the points and his opponents probably have a 4 8 card spade fit?
Yeah, but he also knows he has an 8 card fit. Wouldn't it be a violation of the law if he bid three hearts?
Well, no, not if you think your opponents have 8 spades. They're happy on the two level, so someone's making the two level. So it's okay to bid 3/2 when it's 8 and 8. He does have that queen of spades, which screams defense. So let's see, did he make the right decision here? Three hearts is on the club guess, more or less, so might or might not make. And what's going to happen to two spades? They're off a diamond, two hearts, at least one club, and at least one spade. It'd be pretty good card reading to make it, I would think.
Can you make it even if you know the layout?
Well, not according to Gibb, but there's certainly a lot of.
I didn't confer.
Yeah, I like to click that, and I don't click Gibb and say, well, it's down one because there's so many things that can happen back and forth. But according to Double Dummy, it can't make. In real life, though, it might require good defense. Now, the problem is Declare has no entries to his hand. The spade suit can be picked up by leading a spade from east and then finessing the seven and finessing again, but how's he going to get to his hand all those times? I think he's just going to have to lead a club to the king and hope the ace of clubs is right. Or he's going to lose two clubs, two hearts, a diamond to begin with. So it's really just a matter of down one or down two.
Yeah. Or he may just, give up a diamond, play another diamond and a third diamond, and let them play something. But then they'll probably play 3 rounds of hearts, and then he's in the same position. So that's more or less what he's doing now.
I find it strange if it went Jack of Hearts and North played low. I mean, what if his partner didn't have the Ace of Hearts? I would think you'd cover the Jack of Hearts.
Now, declarer wants the opponents to break the club suit, but they're reluctant to do that, of course, and they also know they have a safe exit in hearts, because they know they are on a 4 forfeit, so that declarer has a third heart.
I can be like a broken record, Roland, because I say this almost every event we broadcast, but a deal like this is why I prefer match points or border match scoring. Because in this match, I mean, in the first segment, there were some deals where 30 imps swung on a finesse or an opening lead. And here's this very entertaining back and forth battle, but they're only fighting for a few imps. And for me, that's the flaw. That's the downside of imp scoring, is that interesting deals, complicated deals like this are almost like throwaway deals. Sure, if the match ends up a 1 imp difference, this deal matters. But what's much more important is those slams on a finesse, game on a finesse, and these deals lose their importance in this form of scoring. It's my pet peeve against imps.
I know. That is a broken record. But, I understand you. I see what you come from. Yeah. So, at match points, every deal is important. That's true.
Yes, in fact, here, 2 spades down 1 as opposed to down 2. That's a huge difference. It's a very bad score or a reasonable score at stake. In teams, a couple imps at stake, that's all.
So this is what I thought they would do, just play hard, and then declarer can do what he likes.
Yeah, very nice defense. They make declarer lead the club to the king, make him play the spades. So well done by North-South. As a player, I love deals like this. I loved to be on defense and just sit there and not give anything away and, read partners' intentions and signals and just not lose a trick. I love those deals so much more than, it's on a finesse, 50-50, random luck deals. I do realize that for the audience, Roland, they're tired of this deal already. They want to go to board 20 and maybe someone will be in 6 spades redoubled. I understand that the viewers don't like these deals in general.
Well, maybe they'll be interested to know that the contract on board 18 in the other room is 6 clubs off 2 aces. So, in other words, North will have to lead a major to defeat it. Diamond will let it through.
Well, didn't we decide the declarer can't untangle it, Roland? He can't get back and forth. Oh,
well, you're right. So he can lead anything he likes, even a diamond. Yeah, I think so. And it's scored now. 11 imps. Yeah, well, we were talking match points versus imps. The thing I miss when I play match points, Larry, is the safety aspect you have when you play imps. I'm sure you like that as well.
Explain what you're saying here about a safety aspect? Look at this interesting ending you got to get out for down 1, by the way.
Yeah, right. The safety aspect in playing imps, where you can afford to lose a trick, and then and then you play it differently because you're playing imps. Whereas in match points, you just need to take all the tricks you can. That's what I mean. Well,
it's a very different game. In imps, you're playing safe for the contract. There's more safety plays. The target is the contract as declarer, and to set them on defense, whereas match points, it's much more involved, much more intricate. I've always said there's more skill involved in match points. You'll see weak sponsors win team games. You won't see them win pair games. Roland, there's a big issue about the dealing programs and dealing machines. This is board 20. This is the third time South has had 5440. I'm not smelling a rat or anything. I just find it amusing. I definitely like Beathard's double. I don't like to sit there and see it go. For me, the most disastrous thing that can happen to South is one spade pass, two spades, pass, pass, pass. I consider that a disaster. Ooh. So, Lowell doubles. The way I play, my partner's double of two spades didn't guarantee anything. So let's see, how is four spades doubled going to be? Presumably he leads the queen of diamonds, well, or the jack in their system, so Declare has to lose two diamonds. And I guess eventually a heart and a spade.
One down.
I don't see anything fancy that he can do to avoid those four losers.
No. Lowell would just have to remember to split his spades. But that shouldn't be too difficult. Or it would go low spade to the seven.
Well, if Bathurst was dealt a singleton queen of spades, it would be the wrong play to split them. Or a singleton ace. Or maybe even a singleton nine could get involved in the end game.
Yeah, but South's doubled four spades. Would he do that with three spades?
Yeah, well, you mean North doubled four spades. He's got to be...
Yes.
He's got to be afraid that if he doesn't split his honors, that West will take that deep first round finesse. It's kind of a Grosvenor situation. If Badala leads a low spade, three of spades, and it goes two of spades, it's like insulting to put in the seven, but we've all been there. I think, though, Declare is just going to play hearts himself and aim to trump a heart in the dummy. I guess he'll lead a seven of hearts to the 10 and the king first. Then he'll realize he doesn't need to trump a heart in the dummy. And he'll play a spade, and we'll see if Lowell splits the jack and the 10. By split, I mean play one of them. We have a term in America, Roland. Some of these terms don't always translate worldwide. We call it splitting our honors when North plays the 10. Is that term familiar, common in Europe?
Yes. That's what they do. They split their honors. I used that term in a class once, and the students didn't know what I meant by split the honors. I used the term about the bidding in one of my articles recently, and was told that the term I used is only an American term. I had North punt with three hearts, and I was told that term punt, P-U-N-T, doesn't really mean anything outside of America. Really?
Well, it's either it was a small boat or it meant other things. Apparently, it's more of a sports football term to kick it back to the other side.
Yeah, he punted six spades. Just took a chance
No, well,
bid six
see, you're
spades.
using it differently. No, you're using it differently than
Oh.
me. Punted to take a chance. I used it in an auction like where you didn't know what to do. You were looking for 3-no trump. You weren't sure what to do, so you just punted it back to partner. You bid 3 hearts, like the unbid suit, to punt it back to your partner, and that term was not international.
I see. Right. Okay. I don't think it's used in Britain, but then again, I'm not British, so someone in England would probably send me a message. I don't think they use punt in that context.
Well, here,
well, I'm told by an Englishman that punt means guess. There we go. Guess. I didn't know that. But to punt is to guess.
no, so it's not a universal. I'll try not to use that word in my future international articles because apparently it's an American meaning from the American football where you kick it back to the other side. And in a bridge auction, sometimes you just want to kick it back to your partner and see if he can bid 3-no trump.
You better not, because to take a punt on something is to guess something. That would be right. I mean, okay, no problem.
Yeah, no, I see Alan, be careful. No typos here. Just be very careful. Roland, I know you once wrote count in an unfortunate typo in your broadcast.
Yes. That was before voice commentary. And I wasn't careful. But I hadn't made the same mistake since. You learn from your mistakes most of the time. And yeah, I check, double check, and check again before I send it to the room.
So back to our comment about splitting his honors. North did indeed play his 10 or jack of spades. So now it's just down 1. 200 for North-South. This Lavazza team, Lavazza is the non-playing sponsor. She of the coffee company is quite a strong team, 6 professional players. So a team certainly capable of winning this event. The Moss team has a sponsor, Sylvia Moss, and some quite good American pros on the team.
Mm-hmm. And the other top pair is at the other table, I believe, and tell us about them. I forget their names even.
Well, all it says on my screen is East and West, so let me see if I can look that up. But we don't know if Sylvia Moss is playing.
I'd like to ask you a question when you have time.
Okay, one second. I'm just looking up the Moss teammates. Well, I'm pretty sure I know, but let me just check. Roland, I give up. You can look it up faster than me. Is it maybe Woolridge and Hurd? That would be my guess, but maybe you can look it up more quickly. I don't have the rosters handy.
Right, I can. I was just going to mention the 9 imps on board 20. When they stopped in 3 spades in the other room, made it with an overtrick, and that was 9 imps. Now, Dwyer and Huang.
Okay. All right. Yeah, also young pros, roughly 30 years old. Dwyer, I'm pretty sure, is in his 20s. They've probably been partners for 2-3 years.
Yes, I was going to ask you a question after the 201 auction, Larry. Now, the rebid by East. I know there are 2 schools of thought here. Whether you promise extra values if you reverse or not. I mean, do you rebid 2 hearts, or are you allowed to pattern out with 2 spades? What's your view?
Several parts to that answer, Roland. You'll be sorry you asked. In the recent survey we've done on bridge winners, most agree that you can reverse without promising extras. That's the consensus thinking. However, on this hand, I prefer 2 hearts because the order of the suits makes it easy to still find spades. I like 2 hearts, and then if my partner has 4 spades, he can bid them. So even though I play you can reverse without extras, I would bid 2 hearts in this case regardless. So if you were to reach, say, 6 hearts, it's an okay contract. I guess you need some combination of good things in the majors to happen. You rate to lose a hard trick almost for sure. So 50-50 at best. So I guess slam's not so good.
How is 3 no trumps? Well, in theory, yeah, you have many tricks, but you can't really enjoy them. You can't enjoy the hearts. Well, you can actually. Well, now they switch to a club, so now it's easy.
Well, you can enjoy the hearts maybe, but you have so much firepower. So, I mean, you have 3 spade tricks, 2 hearts, no matter what, for 5, and then 3 for sure in the minors. So you start kind of starting with 8 tricks. So the cleric can safely finesse here in diamonds. He knows all that's left are diamonds. Well, I would like to preempt with the East hand, but vulnerability makes cowards of us all. I can't see it. I wonder if Marty Bergen would do it. He didn't care about colors. He would tell me colors are for children, but if I'm vulnerable, I'm passing the East hand.
This is quite interesting. They don't play transfer responses by a passed hand, apparently, because usually they play transfer responses over one club, but apparently not by a passed hand.
So I expect North will double here. This is more classical than the delayed double we saw about 5 boards earlier. Double here would tend to be short spades and the other 3 suits. I would consider North's hands perfect for that. I don't know if they'll be able to find their way to 4 hearts over the double. South can just bid 3 hearts, but a lot of pairs have 2 ways to bid 3 hearts. They can bid 3 hearts directly, or they can bid 2 no trump scrambling / takeout and then correct to 3 hearts. And one of those shows a stronger 3 heart bid. And over that, North could raise the game.
Yeah, I'm just wondering why transfers are off by a passed hand. Yeah, Al is wondering too.
Yeah, maybe Al can tell us. So now back to my point, Roland. Do you see how imperative it is for North-South to be able to reach 4 hearts here? If South's 3 hearts doesn't mean anything, why would North bid again? South could have a 2 count. So it's imperative to have 2 ways to show a 3 heart bid. And it looks to me like, since it's alerted, this 3 heart bid shows values. And they play that 2 no trump scrambling first would be the weaker way. So well done by Bathurst and Law to have an agreement here. If you're just a casual partnership, you would not have discussed such an auction for sure. Not much at all to the play here. The 4-1 heartbreak doesn't cause any problems. Declarer should just lose a spade and a diamond, you would think. He has plenty of tricks. Maybe he can't handle making the over trick. Let's see, he can come to the ace of hearts, trump a spade, and still, yeah, I see 11 tricks no matter. He could just knock out the ace of diamonds. He doesn't even have to lead diamonds from his hand. Should be a very easy 11 tricks. Okay, well, since there's nothing to this, I think it's always a good idea, Roland, when we can catch listeners up on what they are listening to or watching. This is the World Championships from Orlando, Florida. This is the round of 32. They will produce one winner from each match, cutting to 16, and then eight and etc. The finals, we think, is the only match longer than 56 boards. So we'll be seeing a lot of 56 board matches the next few days, cutting down to the final 2 teams. I think they're playing 1.5 days.
Yeah. 6 segments of 16. Maybe we should add that this is an open event. It's not for countries. I mean, it's not the same as the Bermuda Bowl. everyone can register.
Right. It wasn't always that way. It used to be by country. Everyone had to be from the same country, but now it's open. You can have cross borders teams. It's really not much different from the Spingold or Vanderbilt national championships in the U.S. And in fact, most of those sponsored teams who play in those events just enter this event as well. It's just an extra a major knockout event for the year. Okay, well, and I'm starting to get suspicious. This is the fourth void for South. That's a lot of voids in 23 deals. At least four that I can think of.
Yeah, that's right. Well, I'm asked about link to running scores. You can get them yourself. Click on BBO4 just above the team names, and you can get to the results page.
So, Roland, what do you think about a Michaels bid with a medium hand, as Wes? Are you from the school of thought that it's a preempt or it's a hand strong enough to act twice? Or can it be medium like this?
I don't think this is medium, actually. Look at how many losers they have. It's a four-loser hand. I think it's a strong Michaels, so he will bid again. I don't mind.
So you think his intention was to Michaels and then bid again? He was treating it as the strong hand. Because that's the way I play. It's either weak or strong.
And they don't even play Michaels. They play Gestem. So West has shown two specific suits, spades and clubs. Wouldn't you do that if you had that available?
Well, again, I not with a medium hand because I'm committing myself to bidding again, and I don't think this hand's worth it. I would just overcall a spade and then try to bid clubs because I feel if I start with two hearts, I have to bid again, and my partner they could bid two spades with too little, and now I'm getting him to the 3 level. So I personally would overcall one spade. So let's see. They got to 4 spades. Of course, North doubled. He's got an opening bid opposite an opening bid. And is there anything to this?
Oh, they had a hard rough, so this contract is 1 down.
And North-South could have made what? Let's see. Do they have a game? Nothing obvious. Looks like I don't see that North-South had a game. Well, maybe 4 hearts. Or maybe they'd have to guess hearts. So we'll see. Maybe North-South could make a game in hearts if they guess well. Okay, well, here's the age-old question. Should Sal double or overcall? Here, he's strong enough to double and then bid hearts. If he were weaker, let's say he had the same shape and only 12 points, then I would start with the overcall of 1 heart, especially with such good hearts. I'd be afraid if I double that I'll never find my 5-3 major suit fit. So with a weaker hand, I would overcall, but with this much strength, I can start with the double. Notice North's 1 diamond bid after the redouble. That doesn't show any points at all. It just says, hey, partner, maybe we can escape to 1 diamond. Because if North were to pass, maybe his partner bids a major and they've passed their only playable spot. So North's 1 diamond bid here shows zero or more points, and North has that. It's one of the it's the area of the game that I think has the least literature of what to do when it goes opening bid, double, redouble. What does everyone's actions mean around the table after that start? It's like a mystery to most intermediate players because there's so little on that.
Yes. In this situation, Bianchetti tells his partner, I'm not interested in penalizing the opponents opposite your passed hand. So that's why he bids directly. He could have passed, but with a 12 count opposite a passed partner, he wanted to get in right away. It was quite funny, because if he had passed, South would bid one heart, I suppose.
Yeah, we had the same discussion on board 17 that when your partner redoubles, I think of immediate pulls or immediate action by opener as weak, and with strength you pass.
The hand where East jumped to three diamonds. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, right, 17. See here, East bid directly, and that shows no interest in penalizing them. Whoa, let's see. Every board's a doubled contract here lately. One club Dorito on one hard pass, two clubs by West. South doubles for takeout, and North says, well, I don't have any better ideas. If it makes, it's 180. That's not the end of the world. Certainly looks like it will make at least 180.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Declara has 5 club tricks, 2 diamonds, and a spade. So it will make for sure. The only question is, can you make an over trick?
Yeah.
Now I'm asked what.
Yeah, he can do quite well. Yeah, so 180, 280, 380, something like that. What were you asked, Roland?
Why Madala bid 2 clubs? How could he know that partner had 5 of them? Because one heart showed long clubs. That's all I wanted to say. One heart showed an unbalanced hand. Yeah.
Right. If East had a balanced hand, who asked for him? He wouldn't bid over one diamond. So back to the leave-in by Justin Lowell North. You know, in this form of scoring, if you're minus 180, it's not that big a deal. Because his thinking is, if he bids, what's he going to pull to? I mean, there's nowhere to go. If he ends up getting doubled in 2 of a major or 2 anything, and he's down 300 or even 100 against 180, it's not that big a deal. So you just pass and hope to set them at this form of scoring. It's a reasonable choice. Not so easy at match points, where minus 180 could be a near bottom. So Declarer has so many fun things he wants to do. He can finesse diamonds. He can play a spade to the queen at some point. But his first call of action is to try to trump heart losers in dummy. Now we can see that won't work well because North can over trump. But as a declarer, that's what he's trying to do, is trump some of those hearts. Now, presumably they play upside down count, Bathurst and Lowell, because North played low high with his doubleton. This is a situation where the defenders would give count to each other. When declarer leads the suit, that's when the defenders can give each other their count. And so Bathurst knows that, well, he knew from the bidding anyway, declarer bid 1 heart. So he knows declarer has jack, low, and hearts, and he doesn't want to lead any more hearts, even though his partner's void. Leading away from the Queen of Hearts kind of gives declarer help in that suit. And certainly playing spades helps declarer. That's why you see this Jack of Diamonds play. And declarer, he suspects the King of Diamonds onside from the auction. He can afford to finesse anyway because he can always discard a spade later. Even if the finesse loses, he can discard a spade later on the Ace of Diamonds. So it's harmless, you would think, to take this finesse. I guess he doesn't want to see a trump come back. Lexi, is he in any danger if the queen loses to the king and a trump comes back? Maybe that's why he doesn't want to finesse so quickly here. Well, what if he gets careless here? What if he trumps a heart low and gets over trumped and a trump comes back? It's certainly not the best line. Not finessing that diamond. Tricks are slowly ebbing away here for the declarer. Well, he can certainly see his way to ensuring the contract. He can always trump a diamond low and trump a heart high, so he can see 8 tricks for sure. Yes, I agree with you, Alan, your written comment. You would think the King of Diamonds is on side, but I guess he maybe just wanted to guarantee his contract. Well, this is still okay. He can trump a heart and then trump a diamond. It's no over tricks, though.
No, so 180. No disaster, as you said. I was away for 5 minutes, sorry, Larry. My son, my eldest son, called to wish me happy birthday. So I'm excused, right?
Sure. That's a good excuse.
It's a good.
All you missed was declarer we think should have made an over trick. Okay, here's another void, this time with East. What an exciting deal this looks like. I can certainly see 6 clubs East-West. That doesn't take long to figure out. Did I figure it out correctly? I hope so, yeah, 6 clubs. A little bit of issue with the spade suit, ace of spades, off a spade. Yeah, slight, that jack of clubs is a slight annoyance. So 6 clubs we can see can make, but I could see it being involved. North-South can sacrifice for sure in 6 diamonds. What would they lose? Ace of spades and a rough, and a club and a heart eventually. So I think par is 6 diamonds doubled down 3. That's my initial thought.
Well, you can analyze in 20 seconds. Didn't you say earlier, well, you need 35?
No, I need more. I take it back. I'm going to go 6 diamonds doubled down 1 less because if they goes ace of spades and a rough, they're not also going to lose a heart trick. So I'm going to correct myself. Ace of spades, rough of spade, and a club, and that's all. So I say 6 diamonds doubled down 2. That's my new. Say I needed 40 seconds, Roland.
Okay, so 300. Fine. Definitely worth it because 6 clubs is going to make there will be no jack of club issue, as the cards lie. And when spades are no worse than 4-2, yes. But here comes a strong club. Try to get a slam against a strong club.
Yeah, this is going to be fun. Okay, 1-note trump is, well, maybe Al can look it up. It could be any 2 suits. Maybe we know more.
knows everything. Just give him 2 seconds to tell you what one no trump is. He has a macro for everything. He just has to confirm with his notes. Well, there you go.
Well,
he didn't know.
Well, I think Sal doubles now. In most strong club systems, double here would show like 5 to 8, or well, actually 5 or more, and over a no trump if it's balanced. If South had 11 points balanced, he would double. So I think he doubles with this hand, and I think West will bid hearts no matter what. He doesn't care which 2 suits his partner has. He's going to bid hearts. Then North bids diamonds, and this could be a lot of fun.
Yep. Ooh, interesting. What's on that card, Al? I mean, they have a card from the European Championships earlier this year. So surely we can see what one no trump is over a strong club.
Roland, maybe you can get your friend Boss, the viewgraph operator, to type it in. He can probably see what they wrote down on the scratch pad. Wow. Well, apparently it shows clubs as one suit.
Yeah, it must. It must.
Well, I'm pretty sure East is going to bid 6 clubs, never stop bidding until he gets to 6 clubs now. If his partner can jump to 4 clubs, how could he possibly stop short of 6? Yes, his partner could have 2 little spades, but when his partner jumps preemptively, he likely has shortness somewhere, and it's probably in spades. From East's hand, you can almost guess your partner's likely short in spades, and it maybe his queen and 1 anyway. So yeah, I think East is driving to 6 clubs.
Yeah, I asked Bas, and no one asked anything. I mean, nothing's written down. That's why he can't explain one no trump at this point. If you look at that card I just did, one no trump does indeed show the minors. So they must have changed it. I mean, this is a card from just a few months ago. But you know how Bocky just loves to change the system all the time. He does that every day, more or less, you know, just like we change our underwear and stuff. That's how Bocky does with the Big Bang system.
That would drive me crazy.
Aha, there was a change in the 2018 CC. And I'll tell everyone what one no trump is, Al. We're too lazy to look it up.
You know, there's a hidden danger when you switch systems that one partner might not trust that the other one remembers correctly. And, you know, maybe Madala at this point has doubts about the clubs.
Ah, so he showed clubs and nothing but clubs when he bid one no trump. That's why West jumped to 4 clubs. Only now does he reveal that he has a 2-suiter.
So now, will East bid 5 spades or 6 clubs? Those are my only 2 choices. I can't imagine anything.
He's not going to defend.
Other.
He's not going to defend.
Yeah.
No, definitely not. Right, he could have bid 2 clubs. The 2 clubs would show clubs and a major. So that was possible. He decided to show it as a 1-suiter. Why did he do that? When he had a bid available to show.
Maybe he was afraid of two clubs pass.
Yeah, quite possible. Now, will they trust him and bid to six diamonds? I think they will. I'm
Well,
sure
there's
they
an
will.
old adage. There's an old adage at him.
Oh,
When in doubt, bid one more on free cans. Bid one more. North South are not following that adage here. It's tough when you've opened a strong club to follow that adage. Okay, so let's get back to that jack of clubs now, Roland. Let's not gloss over it because it's far from clear what to do here, right? Let's say you go ace of spades, rough of spade, back to dummy, and play another spade. Well, I suppose you would never trump with the queen, so I can't see him getting it wrong.
well, he got the lead of the ace of hearts. So now he has a discard for his diamond loser.
Yeah, and now it makes it much simpler. It's just a matter of making seven.
Yeah, I think he should go for seven. I mean, double an over trick. That would probably be a good board. That will be a good board, no matter what happens in the other room. So yeah, why not take all your 13 tricks if you can?
Well, with the running scores, you can see where the deal is played at every table. That'll be quite interesting. You'll see lots of swings, big swings on this deal. So never mind setting up the spades, he set up the hearts.
He did, yes. 1740. How often do you see that score? 1740. I don't think I've ever seen that before. Six clubs double plus one vulnerable. No. I've seen many scores, not 1740.
Well, I know it's your birthday today, Roland, but I don't think you've seen 1740. Let's see, 71 years old, subtract from 2018. No, you didn't see 1740.
I did not. I took up bridge when I was 16, so I've been playing for like 56 years, right? I don't think I've seen 1740 before, but I could be wrong.
Okay, so we have a positive. They don't play the full Meckwell transfers. Then it looks like two clubs is just natural game forcing, five or more clubs, eight or more points, and all roads lead to three no trump. And this looks like the most boring deal of the set.
Well, are you sure it's not boring? Are you sure you can't make six clubs?
Well, I don't think you can make six clubs, but I don't think you would bid it. Let's see, in six clubs you can finesse the spade and get rid of the diamond, and I think you'd have to lose two hard tricks.
You probably have to lose two hearts, that's right.
So I think to make six clubs, barring a diamond miracle, you would need three cards right. You would need the king of spades right and the ace queen of hearts right, or like a doubleton queen of some sort of miracle. I would guess six clubs is maybe in the 10% range.
Soon a spectator will tell me what the contract is in the other room on board 25. They're probably still bidding.
I'd like to know what it is in every room, at every table in the event.
You can look it up afterwards if you like. Right. Al has an account in every room, so he knows. Probably commentating in the closed room of this match. But we just have to remember that North will not open a strong club in the other room. He will open a diamond. And what will East do? If they play Michaels, what do you think he will do over one diamond, Larry? Double? One spade?
Oh, well, I don't quite know. I doubt they have a way to show those two suits specifically. So I would guess one spade. That deal reminds me, Roland, of one, maybe 15, 20 years ago, where you could see what happened at every table. I'll post a link. There was like swings of 18 imps, 17 imps, 16 imps, 15 imps. I'll just put up a link. It was that kind of deal.
And that's the swing you'll get now, because the contract is 6 diamonds doubled in the other room. And you said it would go 2 down for 300. That's 1440, is it not? Yeah.
Yeah, 1440. You know that one offhand? You said you memorized the
No, not that high up. I said I added. Could it be 16?
Somewhere in that range. I never memorized it up at those high numbers. I would just look it up whenever it was that high. Yeah, so on that deal, you're going to see swings like 18, 16, 15, 14, kind of like the link I posted. It just reminds. Okay, we're back to something more normal here. We had the flat 3-no trump, and doesn't look too exciting here either.
Well, again, I'm surprised. Do you know what? Why? Because 2 clubs in the East-West system shows 18-19 balanced. Why did West not open 2 clubs?
Maybe there was another bulky tinkering, or he forgot. I would guess
I don't know.
It.
No, I don't think so. You see, Al just asked us the same question. Why not 2 clubs?
Beats me. Nobody downgrades these days. Can anyone who's listening tell us how many KNR points West Hands is worth? Maybe Madala thinks it's only worth 17.
But in that case, he should have opened 1-no trump, 15-17, shouldn't he? So that's not the reason.
You got me.
KNR says 16.41. So it is a 1-no trump opening. Not close to 18-19. It's because of the king-queen doubles and no intermediate cards.
Nobody downgrades on Meckwell's convention card. It says frequent upgrades, but no one ever downgrades. So what's happening here? The defense still has a diamond trick for their 4th trick, and a spade trick, and a heart trick. So down 1. Not very exciting. Roland, only one more deal, and I'm leaving you for the day. Would you like to? I'm just curious what's going on with you. Are you in for all 4 sessions?
I think I am, actually, with Peter after the break. That is in 1 hour and 35 minutes from now. And then the last set with John Swanson.
Okay.
Wonderful way to celebrate one's birthday.
Yeah, those 2 guys will give you a chance to talk a little bit more. So you'll have to get ready to do some more speaking. They won't be monopolizing the way I do.
Don't worry about it. When will you be back, Larry? Any plans?
Well, I'll send you an email. Nice of us to have our chat in front of everyone. Sorry, everyone. I'll send you an email tonight and let you know if I can do a set or 2 tomorrow. It would be fun. Assuming you make it through your 71st birthday, we'll try to do another set tomorrow.
Good. Just not the third, because I'll be teaching then.
The pace of play has been incredibly fast these last few deals. Can't catch my breath here.
Well, again,
So there apparently no transfer responses, right?
They dumped the transfer responses to one club. Is that on the card as well? Let's have a look.
Well, this is everyone's 3-no trump. You would expect 3-no trump at just about every table. You have 15 high card points opposite 12, 27 high card points, and no fit. So when there's no 8-card fit and you have 27 points and everything stopped, 3-no trump. So how is that contract? It looks like spade gets involved, hearts don't split. Nothing's very favorable here. I could see this going down.
It was actually only 15. Because he went 3 down. And that's his fault. It should have been 16. Why did he go 3 down? In 6 diamonds, I mean. Double.
Did I misanalyze? Let's see. Oh yeah, they got a heart rough. Hearts were 7-0, and they were able to get a heart rough. Roland, I should have stuck with my 20-second analysis of 500. The defense had a heart rough. That's why it was down 3.
East could score his singleton trump. Yeah, I see that. But on the other hand, right now, but how did West get in to give him that rough?
Ace of spades, rough of spade.
And then a hardship.
Rough.
Yes.
Good thing I'm not getting paid for this session. I'd give back my fee for getting that one so wrong.
Yeah. So would I. Everything. I'll give it back. No problem.
Okay, so does North here know that if he plays another club, it will set up a club trick for the declarer? I don't know if he can figure out from the carding. He certainly can't tell from the auction. If he does play the 10 of clubs here, declarer, still, it seems like declarer has to lose 3 clubs and a trick in each measure. So I can't see this making.
Well, I think you're right, Larry. By the way, maybe East-West decided not to play the common system. I mean, the system everyone plays on the Lavazza team. Maybe they said, well, we're not going to play that. We'll play something different. And yesterday we saw one of them open 2 diamonds, show a weak 2 in diamonds. That does not exist in the system. So maybe they changed a few things.
You and Al are in sync. As you said that, he typed it.
All right. Uh, yeah, but the idea is that when you play the same system all over, is that you can play in all combinations, and that's what they used to do. But they don't do that anymore. So that's maybe why. We always have Biancheri with Madala, Dubois with Cementa, and Bilder with Dubois. So now they can do anything they like, by the look of it.
So how did Lal know not to play another club? I suspect that their agreement was that the king asked for count, and Bathurst gave count, for, I guess, upside down count, and that's how Lal knew clubs were 5-5, 2-1 around the table, and he knew that if he played another club, it would set up a club for the declarer. So probably king asked for count is what they were playing.
Mm-hmm. Could South have 4 clubs? Then he would not play the 7 after the 3, would he? He would play the 5 if he had like 3, 5, 7, 8.
So many things for declarer to worry about here, not just how to play the heart suit and entries, but how to play the spade suit. And it's a complicated suit to play. I mean, you could lead low to the 9, you could even lead the queen, you could lead low to the ace and then the 9, and then you have a guess. This is one of those suits, that spade suit, that you'll frequently see written up, like in all these technical journals, which to me is kind of a waste of time because whatever the technically correct play in spades is, it changes. Once you've seen a few cards played and drawn some inferences, you can throw technical out the window. And so how he plays the spades now might differ from how you would play the spades in a so-called vacuum.
Yeah, but the spade suit in isolation, how should you play the spade suit in isolation? When you have 7 cards and 8 cards, yes.
Yeah, well, for 4 tricks, certainly for 3 tricks, it's not that hard if you have entries. The question is, how do you play it for 4 tricks? And, you know, some of it might depend on the auction, but let's say there was no bidding and let's say there's no auction and you're playing strangers. You play the ace and then the 9. I vaguely might recall, is it possible leading the queen is the percentage play? Sometimes you just want to put these up in the encyclopedia.
I think I read that at some point many years ago, that the correct play is to advance the queen.
Yeah, I think Fred Gittleman wrote this up. I think he wrote it up in one of his Bridgebase Online Challenge questions, and he showed that leading the queen was actually percentage. Maybe someone who's listening can look it up. I mean, experts as a rule, you don't memorize all these suits for the reason I was saying. It's not practical because it's very rare that you're in a vacuum. You often have too many other inferences before you go to play such a suit. So whether one line is 53% and one line is 54%, it's not important to know that. It's more important to feel the table and all the inferences. That's my excuse for not memorizing every one of these.
Yeah, but at some point you will have the suit as trumps, and you have to play the suit early. And then it's nice to know your odds, isn't it?
Yeah, and for the most part, you know, most experts, they'll know like 99% of them, but there's a few, you know, it's just not practical to know every single one of them down to the last decimal point. Very few experts do. I'll confess on our behalf. It's just not practical to study and memorize this sort of thing. There are some experts who will go against the odds. They'll go by table feel and Mextroth and Zia are famous for that. They might know what the odds are, but they'll go, their gut will tell them otherwise. Steve Weinstein's another one. He's pretty good at reading the table, and he might go against the 54%, 52%. He might take the 52% because he thinks he smells something.
Right. So time for late dinner here. He's not going to make this, Larry. There's just no chance. No matter how he tackles spades, he has 5 losers.
Yeah, well, have a good birthday, Roland. I hope I'll see you tomorrow or the next day.
Yeah, just send me an email tonight, and I'll see it tomorrow morning when I wake up.
In the Encyclopedia of Bridge, I think is it roughly 60 or 70 pages.